Hello, welcome to the channel again. A wheel revolving at a constant rate makes 5 revolutions in 4 seconds. Calculate the number of revolutions it makes in 3 minutes. We have to get the same or the common unit here so that we can actually calculate the number of revolutions. So in 3 minutes, we have to convert 3 minutes to seconds. So 3 minutes is equivalent to 3 times 60, and this is equal to 180 seconds. So we have 180 seconds. We want to know, because every 4 seconds we have 5 revolutions. So we want to know how many number of 4 seconds we can have in 180 seconds. How many lots of 4 seconds? So we divide 180 by 4, and this gives us 4 4 16 and 2 4 5s. So this is 45 sets of 4 seconds, and each one of those 4-second periods will give us 5 revolutions. So for 5 revolutions, we have 5 times 45, because we have 45 sets, let's say blocks of 4 seconds. Yes, let's write that clearly. 4 seconds. Right, so we have 45 of them, and for each one of those blocks, there are 5 revolutions. So it's 5 times 45, which gives us 5 5 25, and 5 4 20, plus 2 is 225. We call that revs, which is the same as, or abbreviation for revolutions. So a wheel revolving at a constant rate of 5 revolutions every 4 seconds will make 225 revolutions in 3 minutes. 3 children whose ages are 3, 5, and 8 years divide a gift of £14.40 in the ratios of their ages. Calculate the amount received by the youngest child. So if we look at the ratios, we have an amount of £14.40. It must be divided into the ratios 3 to 5 to 8. So the youngest child is 8, the youngest child is 3, the eldest is 8 years old. Now let's find the number of parts that we have to divide £14.40 into. And that's the total here, 3 add 5 add 8, which gives us 16 parts. So we need to divide £14.40 into 16 parts. To make it a lot easier to manipulate, we'll just call it 1,440 pence. And you can always convert that by dividing by 100 when you get the result to get the number of pounds. So we have to find for one part, we have 1440 is divided by 16, and it gives us 90. So 90 pence for each part. Now, all we need to do is, for the youngest, we need to find out how much money we will give him as a gift, and that will be 3 times 90. Sorry about my blotchiness, which is £2.70. But how do we know if we're correct? Or there is a way of checking this. And so what we'll do is calculate the amount given to the other two, the 5-year-old and the 8-year-old. So we'll continue. So for 5 parts, we have 90 times 5, which is £4.50. And then lastly, for 8 parts, 8 times 90, which is £7.20. And a way of checking this is to sum these parts. So we have £2.70 added to £4. Let's just put the signs at the end. £2.70 added to £4.50 added to £7.20. And you can verify that this is equal to £14.40, which is our check that our result, the youngest child gets £2.70. The equation of a curve is given by y is equal to ax squared add b, where a and b are constants. The point P, 5, lies on the curve, and the gradient of the curve P is 8. Find the values of a and b. Well, we know for this curve, its gradient is dy dx. So if we differentiate y is equal to ax squared add b, we can find what the gradient is. So it's 2. Well, let's write it in a different notation. So we got d dx of y being ax squared add b, and this result is 2ax. So we know the gradient now is 2ax, and in this question we're given the gradient of the curve P is 8. So we just equate that 8 is equal to 2ax. We were also given a point on the curve, an x and a y value, x being 2 and y being 5. So we can substitute for x here and this now. So with x equal to 2, then we have 8 is equal to 2a times 2. That's 4a is equal to 8. So this implies that a is equal to 2. So we found one of our constants, a equal to 2. Now we need to find b. Well, we know from the curve y equal to ax squared add b, we know what a is. We have a value for x, and we also have a value for y, which is 5. So we can write this equation as 5 is equal to a squared times a times x squared, sorry. So a is 2, and we know x squared is 2 squared because x part of the coordinate is 2. So it's 2 squared add b. And this allows us to find b, which 2 squared is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So you have 8 add b is equal to 5. And this implies that b is equal to -3. So there you have it. Our constants a and b are 2 and -3. This is Harris Maths. Thanks for watching.